We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Boston Celtics come in for this one. The excitement of the NBA is on. This is DeLynn. Kicks it to Howard. Back to Lynn. Houston moving the ball around. Pass to Brooks. He dishes it to Lynn. Back to Brooks. Shot clock at 6. In low to Howard. And the shot is good. Howard's got 8 points.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here. You know, if you're in a fight to get into the playoffs out west like the Rockets were last season, you have to make sure you get every win you can when you play against the Eastern Conference. Their success against the Eastern Conference was a big part of how they squeezed that 8th seed.
That is good.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Celtics trail by 4. And what do you guys think about his comments after their last game?
The last thing people want to hear about after a bad performance is whining and complaining and then playing the blame game. And you have to give him credit for owning up to mistakes out there and being accountable. Not a lot of people in the NBA are comfortable doing that.
I agree with you, Clark. I mean, this is a great sign of maturity that this guy is basically looking himself in the mirror and saying, okay, you know, this is my fault. I've got to get better. Where do I begin? You know, instead of pointing fingers and blaming other people.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Brandon Bass is checked in for Olynyk. Humphries comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Lee in for Avery Bradley. Well, Clark, you were talking about the Rockets against the East, a record of 21-9 against the conference. And, Steve, it was one of the better marks in the West.
Yeah, it was the same win total as the Clippers and Thunder, who both won their divisions. So, you know, only the Spurs and Grizzlies did better in that regard. And the Rockets were full of scoring potential, and I think just happened to catch teams in the East off guard a little bit.
Garcia's shot is good. 40 seconds left in the first. Rondo kicks to Lee. He feeds it to Bass. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper. Bass has got his second bucket of the game to go. Lynn with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Beverly, they get it again. And Garcia kicks to Lynn. Martin with a screen on Lee. Lynn the pass to Garcia. The wing jumper off target.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick. Just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Tune in this. And so far it's been a minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. On the floor for Boston. Speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. G out there with Green, and it's Olynyk in at the 5, roaming the paint. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, gentlemen, D in their last game against the Wolves made a big difference. He finished with 24 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, Doris, thanks. And Steve, yet another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, he sure is. We saw it firsthand, and it was fun to watch. He really got it rolling.
Yeah, nothing better than to see a guy confident, comfortable, on a roll, and elevating his team to high levels of play. That's a beautiful thing to watch, fellas.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Boston.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. As long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine. Well, you know, last season I think officially brought the immediate championship aspirations of the Celtics to a close. The 7th seed in the East, dispatched in the first round by the Knicks. The rebuild was on in full cycle.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Dante Green. Harden's shot is good.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Rondo kicks to Bradley. Pass to D. the glass on the layup. D's got 6. And back to the Celtics, making the playoffs, sure, but, you know, not like Steve back in 08 or 2010.
Well, this has been a phenomenal era, you know, with KG and Pierce that is now a thing of the past. But look, they've hoisted a championship banner, very close to another. But it's just time to move on, and that's just the way it is in the NBA. These things go in waves, and the Celtics now in rebuilding mode.
Back to Rondo, and there's the pass to Bass. 5 on the clock, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
A bit of a down season, guys, for Brandon Bass on this past season. His numbers were down pretty much across the board. At 28 years old, he should be in his prime. We'll see how he bounces back this season.
And Bass, Steve, a face-up 4. He likes to play in the high post.
Yeah, he likes to kind of face up and either hit that mid-range jumper or drive around you. But I think the best improvement from Bass came at the defensive end of the floor. Doc Rivers really showing praise last year during the playoffs for Bass's defensive improvement.
Rondo kicks to Lee. Rondo, pass with a screen for Rondo. Here's D. And finished off by Bass.
Well, he won that battle, and in general, they're winning most of the battles tonight.
Well, those are some very easy points if you can get them.
Well, and like Clark said, they have been getting them, not necessarily all on putback dunks, but a lot of second chance opportunities.
Garcia dishes to Jones. Tries again, and it's good on the layup. Jones has got his first 2 points.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
The shot's good from D.
That's something we didn't see at all from him in the first half when he had a goose egg from three-point land.
Celtics making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. Harden outside. Back to Brooks. Shoots the 3. Count that one. Brooks has got his second bucket of the night.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Pass to deep. Back to Crawford. There's the dish to Humphries. Nice ball movement by Boston. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And let's quickly go to our rookie leaderboard to find out which rookies have blocked the most shots this season. Angelo Gaddi, one of the top intimidators in the league, a fierce shot blocker.
Well, I'm sure he's had to put up with a few bumps and bruises to get his name onto that list because he's been more than willing to throw his weight around on the inside.
Yeah, defensively, he has great instincts on the inside.
Ouch. Another miss to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
It's stolen by Martin. Brooks, the pass to Garcia. Doubled by Crawford. And Garcia kicks to Harden. Back to Garcia. Beyond the arc. They get the rebound. And there's the rejection. There's 31 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Lee dishes to Olynyk. Stolen by Mark. Lee against Garcia. The feed to Brooks. Here's Harden on the wing. Wide open look. Here's Jones. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the...
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
We're happy to be with you this Tuesday night. Keep it here on 2K Sports.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Well, he's seeing the court so well tonight. He's made some phenomenal passes here in the game so far in that first half.
You know, some folks say he's not a playmaker, but he's dispelling all of that nonsense.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Rockets. Harden out on the wing with Garcia. Howard is out there with Martin, and it's Brooks in at the point guard. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Gentlemen, James Harden led the NBA last season, averaging over 8.5 made free throws per game. He's one of the masters at drawing contact and said, quote, "It gives me confidence to get some easy free throws and open up my entire game.
Rondo passes to D. Picked by Humphries. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Tell you what, you've got to give the Houston Rockets a lot of credit, guys. After losing their franchise players to injury and age back in '09, they've managed to rebuild this team without